Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dean here today with Burn One, and I am joined one last time with, well, I guess not one last time, but at least for the EU tournament. My, I guess, co-host for now, Ryan.
Howdy, howdy.
This is the last round. I know there's 7 rounds. This is round 7. What happened round 6? My opponent came in, and I had the most heartwarming thing ever happen in a tournament. I'm really sorry for saying that, but my opponent was unfortunate enough in round 6 to have had his webcam die in the middle of round 5, and he did not drop because he thought he could fix it, and he could not. So I got a free win in round 6, and you know what? Tournaments are tournaments. You always take those free W's. Always, every time.
I mean, that's pretty fair. Tournaments are a tournament. If your opponent has a problem and you just get a free win, you take that.
Yeah, you take it. I mean, there's too much variance in this game. So I start off with the Mole 4. Huge mulligan for
I'm sorry,
deck
is that
speed.
Rushia?
It is Rushia. I believe he is on, is he on the dog? Corone Rushia.
Ooh, spicy. Haven't seen that deck in a hot minute.
Yeah, I saw the deck and I thought, easy game. You know, you got the 1/1, pump a million power, run over the Rushia. I mean, yeah, sure, just hand encores. You don't really care, but you stress a hand off of them. Maybe make things a little bit awkward. And you have the deck speed, right? You have the torch, you have the brainstorm, you got everything. You have everything you need to be able to keep yourself in a deck state where Rushia is not going to be doing much, right? She's going to shuffle 3 cards back in, and you're just going to not care, right?
You're gonna stare at your opponent as they can't do anything else.
Yeah, because it's not like Rushia. Rushia doesn't really have reach unless you let them have reach, right? It preys off of decks that have weak deck speed. So I thought,
I think it also preys off the players who don't actually know what Rushia does. Because there have been times where I've gone up against players who leave 1 clean in their deck, and then I'm just like, okay, cool, triple Rushia. Okay, here's like 12 clean going back into your deck, kill you.
yeah.
So like, as long as you know what their finisher does, you're set. Like,
And we see here,
can't kill you.
I start off. I think this thing's like 1,000 or 1,500 power. I forget actually what. It's the promo.
Small.
It's small, but I thought, you know what's funny is Hololive has garbage power lines at 0 as well, because yeah, he's got the Corone runner, but like a lot of them play the Aqua as a 4 of, and sometimes like that's all their hand has, and so by fielding to the left or the right, I like potentially like get a plus off of that.
The drop search is a 3,500.
Drop searches, but look at this. He had the Corone that I think is 15, and he actually wasn't able to clear this because I think this thing is 2K.
I see.
So yeah, I was able to get a free plus off of this because the Aqua plus the Corone, you know, he's just, the power lines aren't there, and I thought that was very fun.
He's existing today.
I just look at my hand, and you know, what are you supposed to do? Deck is easy. You just tri-field.
Well, that level 0 is like easily like the top card in your level 0 game because it just allows you to keep 2 cards attacking every turn. So
yeah, I think we're both 15 here, so I end up siding. I'm just like, you know what? I'll make you move. So double side, I'm not really too worried about it. Because I want to bounce back the Brainstormer, right? I think it's the only Brainstormer I have access to, and I like to have it.
yeah, Brainstormer is a really nice piece to have in this deck. It helps you fix your hand if you need it when you're playing events.
And I don't mind giving him the plus. I don't really care. It's like the Aquas. Like if he gets the plus, he does. If he doesn't, I don't care. Just like one of the faults again of the Don Machi deck. Even though I play 4 drop search though, and I mulligan 4, I did not see one. Kind of wish I would have had that bottom deck bomb, but it is what it is. See a Brainstorm for 5 coming down. And it whiffs, that's fine. I mean, he did get a free double plus, so. Here comes down another Corone. Man, you know what's weird? I just thought, if he had this top check 2 Corone, why would he Brainstorm? I know it's a 5 card, but like, would you not just top check 2 first and then go, oh, double clean? I guess I just don't.
I mean,
Oh
I
my
can see
god!
it either which way.
He slams a gate, and then a pants goes to my clock. There's already a pants there.
Ooh, that doesn't help.
And I cancel, but that's fine. Like, right, as long as I'm able to get through the deck, I think I'm hopefully fine. It's been a while since I saw this. And he hits the pants, he gets back the thing, and then I eat the damage, but it's fine because I go straight to 1-1. Then another swing for 3, and I guess I'm 1-4 now. Hand is not looking too hot, I don't think. Maybe it is, I'm not sure. I know it has a brainstorm, it has the bell. But my opponent's only 0-6, right? So that's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's kind of rough right now. But you're Don Machi. You can get out of it. You have all the decks.
I guess that this is like another problem. If I would have had the bottom deck bomb, I don't think he could have committed that choice to just like randomly slam damage. But because he got to +2 because of my board setup. Man, Don Machi zeros are really unfortunate, actually. How weak they are.
Yeah, most of them are pretty small. The biggest one I think is the TD Chaser at like 3,500.
This list does not even play that.
I don't think you can clear a 2K in this deck without the bottom deck bomb.
There's like 2Ks I thought, because isn't the Rize for events 2K?
I think it's 1-5.
Okay, well, we'll have to look this one up.
Yeah, no, I'm already there.
Well, the PR is 2K, right? Because he didn't trade with it. Oh, I guess it could have been 1,500 because of the Crone. What's the PR power line?
The PR is a 2K that can rest to give 1K.
That is unbelievable. See, look at how good the power lines are. I play a single one of that PR, by the way.
Yeah, so that's the only card in your entire deck that it has 2K power. Everything else is 1-5 or lower.
For deck meant to crack boards, it surrenders to zeros pretty hard.
Yeah, you don't do anything at 0. You kind of just sit there and accept.
You know what, though? Bell's coming down. I'm able to use the bottom deck bomb, at least deny the Aqua, and clear the runners. You know, put a little bit of stress on my opponent. Though he does have the choice in hand. It feels unfortunate watching him slam the choice, then hit the pants to grab back the choice.
He also triggered a choice on his first swing, so.
I'll swing for 3. He eats it. I tell him put that card on the bottom. Definitely don't want to see him getting any extra pluses off of this. Cancels, and then cancels again. Definitely unfortunate when you're behind in damage and you, like, you know, have something like this happen where... Yeah, the difference in the clock is only 2. However, he has the initiative, right?
Right.
So it's very likely that here, it only takes 3 damage for me to lose all of my clock compression. And he has the ability to actually manipulate his deck in a way that gives him better compression. So.
See what he's going to do with it. He can go into his turn knowing he's pretty safe going in on the attacks because Don Machi normally doesn't play a power backup. So he can go in with triple Corone if he had it.
Oh my god, I just remembered something. So I saw that I have a Band-Aid on my hand. I remembered. Do you remember the Flow article? Do you know what that is?
No.
Also, he just plays over the Aqua Ricky. It's an old Pojo forum post that if you've never seen anything in the Weiss community, you should maybe read the Flow article. Like, look up like Weiss Schwarz Flow Pojo. It's a really good article. It's really funny to read.
All right, will do.
The one of the points in that is that you should always sharpen your sleeve so it cuts your opponent's hand so you can DQ them for marking your cards.
Oh my god.
I may have actually cut my hand on my own sleeves before this round began.
Nice.
So, yeah, you know, I keep my sleeve sharp. I definitely am adhere to that article. We see... Man, so wait. I want to go back for a second. Because I was saying that. He plays down this. He brainstorms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, never mind. So there was a climax in there, and it was the draw brainstorm that hit it. I thought it was the Akatsuki that drew the last card. And he paid out a climax while doing so. Okay, never mind. I was thinking... I was thinking if that was an Akatsuki, why he wouldn't just triple trigger and then like stack the Corone searches on the last attack and then search his new deck. But this is also fine.
It works. He'll get there. He's got another.
Whiffs.
If he hits
double
climax.
double pants out. Whiffs. They get this moment. I go, okay, you know, doesn't. Not a lot has to happen here for me to come back, I guess. Climax comes down. And I just say, Jesus, please let me cancel. Okay, well, you know, sometimes you eat the damage.
Sometimes you don't cancel. That's okay. We'll start some new clock compression, right? Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Some new clock.
Yeah, new clock compression. Just gotta get, you know. I think there's 3 climaxes in deck right now. Oh, yeah, you know, there may be 3 climaxes in deck, but I go straight to 2/6. You know, because
looks like you have 3 cards left in deck, so bottom 3 cards climax.
Oh, there's 4. There's 4, you know. It wasn't all. At this moment, I think I'm like, holy, what am I supposed to do? Game is suddenly too rough for me.
I think what you're supposed to do here is stare at your opponent as you play a healer and then pass turn.
Yeah. I don't know. I think this was like one of those games that I'm just like, damn, I got that free win in round 6, and now everything that could go wrong is going wrong in round 7. So, you know, it's karma. It's karma.
That's just how it goes sometimes.
Look at this, though. I'm able to firebolt to grab back a bell. I think I'm so sad right now about how this is going. Putting down a bell, putting down the drop searcher, which I think is the only other playable in my hand, by the way. Playing down the healer. Whoa, what's happening with the healer? What's happening with the healer? Okay, whoa. Thank God. Okay, triggering a pants. I just grab the pants. I say, you know what? We need something in hand. Things are going very poorly. Do I not have another knife? No, because the knives are in my hand from last turn. Because, so, if I'm not mistaken... Wait, how did this go? How many did I refresh here?
You're out at least 3, so...
I think I refreshed... I think I refreshed like 4 or 5. And I refreshed a climax. I'm going in with the bell. Who has no power now. For 2. Oh my God. Wait, was there like... Okay, so I don't think... I think that there had to be literally only the one knife in my... Oh yeah, because they were stuck in my hand and I didn't want to mill because it was the 2-card deck. And it's like, how do I get them out of my hand? Yeah. This is the one game that I really think I would have been rewarded for playing in a way that I don't like. Because, I mean, the hard punish for not using the knife on your turn is that they're, like, all on the bottom like they were, right?
Yeah.
But, in general, the climax is... How to explain it? How to explain my thought process?
You have 3 or 4 climaxes currently in that fat stack of a deck. So the chances that you hit a climax off this knife are so slim that I think it's worth it to just knife.
No, but the problem is that a climax is worth like 6 clean cards, right? So it's like if I mill a climax, the knife literally can't salvage how much decompression I've lost. And I lose the ability to like make plays based on that information. Them being on the bottom is just like, you can't do anything with that.
I guess it depends on how much they're swinging for.
And I do get...
Looks like you're just at 3-2, so it does look like you're still fine.
I think I'm at 3-1 here. Because I did heal. But my hand is... Is it looking good? Is it healthy? I forget. Am I in a position where I have to clock draw? I think I'll try to avoid that at all costs. Oh, well, I guess the hand's pretty bad. Knife, 1, 2, 3, 4. Finding the bell. I guess the drop searcher. Draw, ditch. I think the drop searcher, I'm just like, it's able to get me into cards I actually need. And I think most of the Hesties were in my clock. So wasn't there like 2 or 3 in the clock? So it's kind of like, oh, okay, well.
There's another one coming out of your deck.
Into a zone where I can't find it.
Correct. Salvaging in this deck, well, you can do that. It's just, it's not going to be easy.
Knife, 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab another card. Definitely about to put this guy into work to be able to mill a couple cards. Whiff. Okay, that's like not bad.
That is a board.
It's not terrible, you know. No climax. Crashing into the Rushia. I think I just like didn't have anything. I think I crash here just to open up the lane. I think I'm like, I gotta sack. I have to sack cancels.
Yeah.
So, no reason not to.
Oh no, it kind of sucks that you weren't able to find a healer because I think healing down to 3-0 was the best bet here. But
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Who knows?
And looks like I didn't have to clock for deck speed, but maybe I was clocking for like a card that I just didn't see. This one was a while ago. It's also pretty late.
Oh, is this at like 8 in the morning maybe? Or like...
It was getting close to 10 because it was getting close to the NA start time. Like this, after this round, I almost didn't make it to round 1 of NA because of this.
Gotcha.
Because of how how late they were doing this. Like, 'cause I think with the number of players, it should have been like 6 rounds, but they ran 7. I know there was only 1 undefeated at 6 rounds, but they ran a 7th round anyway.
Just for funsies to clear up the 2
Yeah.
points, I guess. Or the X and 1s.
Which I know they said it was going to be 7 rounds at the beginning, but it's like, I've seen Bushiroad say things and then do other things. And now, he's level 3. And down comes this climax swap on my brand new deck, right? My brand new deck, he climax swaps me for, was that 7? Like 7 or 8?
Something like that, yeah. A decent...
Just to...
hit.
I mean, but it's like a fresh deck, so, right, it's not too bad. And then he goes in with the double Rushia. Shuffling 8 back in. Giving it the good old, elbow grease, good shuffle.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Praying.
Slow, quick riffle.
Praying for how many things can go wrong this game. Two, 3, and 4, 5. Oh, and I'm dead. And what I didn't show is in that 7-card stock swap, he hit 4 climaxes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's rough.
There was only 5 in the deck.
Yeah.
There was like 5 there's like 5 or 6 in the deck, and I remember he hit 4. It was like over 50% hits on climaxes. But that's what happens. That's what happens. That's Weiss.
Yep.
Best of 1, moments. So, yep, my run died there. Really wasn't much going on. We saw where the downside to not using the knife can sometimes come up, but I mean, that's just blackjack. That's the way I see it. I see the knife as just blackjack if you use it on your opponent's turn. Using it on your own turn, you definitely have a lot more options. But then I was stuck in that weird deck state where there was climaxes in the deck. I didn't know if there was characters left. And it's like, am I supposed to knife and then like possibly whiff and lose a hand in the game that's already going south? Just in order to draw ditch to have knives and graves, which is what led to me not being able to mark her with the 3-2 early play. Right, it's like a lot of stuff really went downhill when I went from not only the 0 to like 1-4, followed by the double cancel, where like there was the damage disparity there, but then on the second turn where I went from 1-4 to 2-6, and was left with like a very awkward deck state, right?
Yeah,
And my
it was
hand,
not great.
I don't know. Even after playing this deck a lot, I don't know if the blackjack is worth it just for the draw ditch. The draw ditch does feel very meaningless a lot of the time. Like, not meaningless, but I feel like if I just did it during my opponent's turn, I don't know what it actually accomplishes in the deck, other than like one extra random filter.
There's one time I've done it, and it was to draw ditch. I used the knife to look at. I was just going to try and find one playable card. Looked at the top card, said, "Hey, that's a character. I'm going to put it in my hand." And I used it solely for the ability to draw ditch. And I drew another character, ditch to climax. I was solely using it because I wanted to refresh better.
Yeah, I mean,
I
like,
knew I was going to refresh that turn. So.
yeah, like something like that, or like when you use it, like right, like you get your last cancel out of the deck and use the knife, and it just makes the knife 5 cards instead of 4. Definitely nice there, but when like I see like other people play the deck, right, and they're like knifing opponent's turn, draw ditching, and all this other stuff, and I'm like, yeah, you're doing a lot, but like, is it actually good, right? Like that's like a lot of my thought. I'm like, is that filter actually worth that risk of milling, of like ruining your deck state, that risk of not milling enough? Because I always think that's weird. Like, right, when you use the knife, you do 2, and you're like, oh, it just felt right. Well, uh, was 2 the number you needed to mill, or was it like you need to mill 4, right, to get the good refresh? Because once the knife is gone, it's gone.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking in an unknown zone. It's really hard to you can't really make those decisions prior
Yeah.
because you don't know what your deck looks like. You do not know what 4 cards you're going to look at. So you can't say, "Oh, I need to mill exactly 3 because my climax is the 4th card." So
Yeah.
it's hard to make those decisions, and sometimes I feel like the risk versus reward of the knifing on your opponent's turn. I feel like if you know your deck is clean, always knife on your opponent's turn.
Well, yeah. If
Well,
it's
you
clean,
I
but
I say if you have like a 6 card deck and you have a knife, I would just go ahead and knife because even if you do hit that one climax, you're milling 5 cards off of that SDM or
no,
off that knife.
no. Because it's
No,
like, that's
you
a
don't think
guaranteed
so?
cancel. Like, if they swing twice, you're going to cancel once. So, like, why not wait for that one cancel? Like,
I
right?
guess. What if the cancel's on the bottom of your deck though?
Damn, shit sucks. I mean, like, that's kind of the way the game is, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
is Weiss Schwarz.
I mean, this game, I had 3 climaxes in deck, and I went to 2-6. I went from 1-4 to 2-6. There was 3 cancels in my deck, and then I drew one, and I think I milled one, and I triggered one. It just happens. Like, wise happens at times.
Yep.
And it's really about, I mean, it's really unfortunate that they ran this extra round, but like whenever you go to an event, um I think this is the worst thing about the game, is your run is actually dead after one bout of luck like this. It's important though to recognize, was this bad luck? Did I do what was right? Did I misplace somewhere else? Like, is there a turn that I did something that was like horribly suboptimal, that like, maybe I shouldn't have, that might have cost me the game, or was it just all luck? Uh, Definitely always be looking at that. Definitely try to dig into the game. Don't let it destroy you, because man, the bad luck. I do think the worst thing though is the best of one, because like you go to an event like this, we saw. I mean, I got lucky in a couple of these rounds, but there were like other rounds I got horribly unlucky, and it just takes 2 losses, right? And then that was ninth, 10th place.
Yep.
So, didn't make
That's,
top 8 because I got 10th. I got 10th.
yep.
And it just takes a little bit of bad luck, but so, it happens to anyone. Definitely go in there with the right headspace, though.
Yeah. My advice for anyone wanting to go into a tournament: read your cards, know what they do going in, because
No, you don't. Don't need that.
Because there's sometimes you'll notice really good effects on your cards, like being able to stun your opponent's runner. So,
Whoa! I didn't even lose that game. So
knowing knife could be played without color requirement, also pretty nice to know.
that one maybe I didn't really come up, but it would have been nice.
Yeah, your deck is
Um,
pretty like 50-50 on blue and
yeah,
red. So
you don't really care too much, but it is nice to know that you don't have to. Um, Definitely though, like just always be looking at your losses, always be looking at your wins. Try to identify was I sacking there? Like did I get just overly lucky or did I do something good? Um, like I honestly re-looking at this footage, I didn't even realize how good the Mushoku players game in round 6 was. Round 5. This game, I think this game was
yeah.
a lot rougher. There's a lot of damage just flowing into my clock.
And there's nothing you can do about that. You just have to accept that that's just the way the game went. You took all the damage. You couldn't have done anything about it.
I don't know what the clock draw was the turn before on the last turn, but
Oh, when you clocked at 3-2 to 3-2.
3-1 to 3-2. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing there, but maybe that was a misplay. Maybe it wasn't. I don't actually know what I was looking for at that point.
Playables, healers. I don't know.
Clocking for a healer is never the right play. I can tell you that much. Maybe it was for deck speed. Maybe it's like I looked at the deck and said, I don't know if I can get through this. Because it was near the end. I only got through it. Did I get through it because of that? I don't remember. Oh well. Yeah, that's it for this one. I'm going to try to do some more commentary videos after this. Definitely stay tuned to the channel. And until next time.